Good evening and thank you for joining us on CoreTV News at 7. I'm Frank Omalape and here are some of the reports we're filing at this time. Unknown gunmen have reportedly taken away the Emir of Bukuyukum in Zamfara State from his palace late Friday night. The whereabouts of the Emir is still unknown, but the State Commissioner for Information, Ibrahim Magaji, who confirmed the abduction of the Emir, says investigation is run by security agents to unravel the identity of those behind his abduction and secure his release. President Goodluck Jonathan said he is not desperate to continue in office in spite of his sustained campaign for a second term. This, insisted, is why he's not bothered by things that have been said or written about him in recent times. Jonathan spoke at the public launch of a book, The People's Choice, the story of President Goodluck Jonathan in Abuja. President Jonathan will note that the book provides a near-accurate narrative of his life story, promised to write the most accurate one after leaving office.
My second message is to all of us, especially those of us who are politicians, that for all of us who want to serve, we should be ready to serve, but we should not be desperate to serve. Sometimes ask me, Mr. President, from what we read, from what we see you still smiling and you look so ruffled. Yes, nothing will really ruffle me because I am willing and ready to serve, but I'm not desperate to serve. And if all of us who wants to hold offices, from the list, maybe the councillor of a ward, representing a ward in a local government council, or the chairman of the council, or a member of the State House of Assembly, or a member of the House of Rep, Senate, Governor, or the President, if all of us are always ready and willing to serve our people, but we're not desperate in that mission, then of course Nigeria will be a better place for all of us.
But I had the opportunity to browse through, in fact, the book, and I must say you've done a very good job. And I noticed you even brought back some history, some discussion that we had between Ojukwu and myself, the Aburi agreement. I was fascinated by that because I can assure you that meeting was really not to commit ourselves to anything that we do not have chance to thoroughly discuss until we return to Nigeria. And the whole thing, was this. It was to break the ice, to allow all of us, the military leaders at the time, myself and all the governors, to be able, to agree now to be discussing our affairs, our problems in Nigeria.
And now, barely 8 days to the 2015 general elections, another group with the name Oduduwa Front Lives now has urged youth to safeguard their future by voting for the PDP presidential candidate, President Goodluck Jonathan, for a second term. Ondo State Governor Olusegun Mimiko says the achievements of Jonathan in the education sector and youth empowerment speak volume of a leader who is interested in the nation's future. He stressed that Buhari has nothing to offer the Nigerian youth because his past government did nothing to support the growing Nigerian generation. A correspondent Omotalo will witness a post-national conference summit for youth in the ancient city of Ibadan has details.
With a charge to map out a great future for themselves, these youths have been sensitized with reasons why they should vote for a Jonathan government in the forthcoming presidential poll. Speakers at the event say a Buhari-led government has nothing to offer Nigerians, stating that a party that boycotted the national conference has no good plan for the nation.
There's no president in this country that has done as well as Goodluck and Bella Jonathan. For instance, the APC are talking about being progressive. What is progressive for them?
For the good of this country, we must elect very, very good president in order to shout the good cause for this country that you will follow. opportunities to all, irrespective of where you come from. A nation that is promoting the youth at the same time giving opportunities for the adults, for the old aged.
Student representatives from selected tertiary institutions in the country who participated in the summit say they are better informed on what they stand to gain from a Jonathan-led administration, having been presented with much information.
The better option from what I heard today is Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan.
The agenda for the youth is really good. So we are hoping they implement it.
Ondo State Governor Olusegun Mimiko says the hour correct by Buhari in the country cannot be forgotten in a hurry, and as such should not be given a chance against the incumbent president who has done so much for the country.
In terms of educational qualification, in terms of deep understanding of running a modern economy, and in terms of disposition towards liberal democratic efforts, Buhari is analog.
The stage for who emerges the president in the elections has been set for the candidate who can present the better argument. Omotayo Alo, CoreTV News, Ibadan.
And now we write, RTV's turned politicians Festus Keyamo has accused President Goodluck Jonathan of using religion and ethnicity to whip up sentiment in the run-up to the 2015 March 28 presidential election. Keyamo made the allegation at a youth summit organized by the Presidential Campaign Council of the All Progressive Congress in Abuja. The human rights campaigner also claimed that Jonathan doled out 9 billion naira to ex-militants to protect pipelines, while Nigeria's soldiers are not well equipped to fight insurgents. He argued that Nigerians are more divided along ethnic lines under the present administration than any time in recent history.
I'm sure they are hearing me. We have had cause to discuss privately. Some of them said, I betrayed, I've sold out. Our brother. I said, our brother. When you smuggled $9.3 million cash in a plane and you were going to South Africa, was I there? No. When you were chartering plane, some of you, Minister of Petroleum, chartering plane for 10 billion, was I inside the plane? No. You are not saying I'm your brother. Your brother indeed. When it comes to elections, leaders all over the world that have failed their people, check the history all over Africa. When leaders have failed their people all over the world, when it comes to election, they always fall back on the base sentiment of ethnicity to survive. Yes, when all arguments have failed, the last thing they will tell you that, boy, he's our brother now. He's our brother. But millions of our compatriots are dying in the north. Millions of our compatriots, because of failure of his simple sense as commander-in-chief to know how to protect lives and property.
We are telling our people and have accepted the calling of our leaders that no violence for this election. And we're telling our youth, and also want to emphasize and use media to tell them that they should make sure that they shun violence, because we are peaceful Nigerians, because there's nothing we can achieve without peace, and there's nothing that we can achieve if we use violence.
And now the umbrella body of the Igbos in the northern Nigeria has expressed their resolve to back the candidacy of the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Muhammadu Buhari. This is contrary to the position of the mainstream Igbo socio-cultural group, Ohaneze Ndigbo, which is supporting the pre-election bid of President Goodluck Jonathan. The leadership of Igbo Delegate Assembly were at the APC presidential campaign headquarters in Abuja to declare support for Buhari.
Signs of a crack in groups affiliated to the Ohaneze Ndigbo has been obvious for a while. But now, it's certain that Igbo Delegates Assembly is not prepared to toe Ohaneze's line in backing President Jonathan. The umbrella body of Ndigbo in northern Nigeria and the FCT has pitched its tent with the APC presidential candidate.
Thank you very much. to be disenfranchised because our people in the north are planning to run to the east for safety. Security is their greatest need. Of the huge amounts the federal government released for compensation for lost lives and properties, none got to us. Zone to produce a president of Igbo extraction after you.
The leadership of Nigerians of Igbo extraction in northern Nigeria explained why they resolved to back Buhari.
We are here as a people who have contributed so much to the socio-economic development of Nigeria to say that it's easier for us to work with you. It's better for us to work with you because of what you stand for. Because we want to live the environment better than we met it. And we want posterity to
those who have been leading us politically in those various political parties and even as of now. You see the people who now said, all of us must move to one place or the other. What have you kept on the table? When will it be an Igbo man's turn to be president in this country? It should be addressed.
APC was clearly elated by the decision, especially as the Igbo has since 1999 given bloc votes to the PDP. Not surprising, the party's leadership in the southeast drew attention to efforts to discredit the endorsement.
It's the first time that any part of Ohanese will say, okay, we are going it our own way. We are looking at the environment and we want to do what is good for ourselves, for our children, and for our nation. And that is the significance of what is happening today. And when this effort started a long time ago, using long-standing relationships, many people thought that it cannot happen. And when Ohanese Worldwide issued instructions, it became as if it was already a fait accompli, that it cannot.
You're still watching CoreTV News at 7. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with more stories after this time out. Stay with us.
Vote for change! Vote APC!
When I was younger, I can remember a time when corruption was a thing of shame.
I dream of a future where we won't have challenges with electricity.
I'm voting for Buhari because he understands our past and our history.
I dream of a time where we're going to have free and honest election.
I remember a time when 1 naira was equal to £1.
I am voting for Buhari because we need change for a brighter future.
Nigeria! APC!
It's CoreTV News at 7 live from our Lagos studios. For more information on our news and other programs, like our Facebook page, it's facebook.com/CoreTV News. You can also follow at CoreTV News NG. And for live streaming, log on to youtube.com/CoreTV. Leave a space, the news. And now the All Progressive Congress Presidential Campaign Organization has threatened to sue the PDP presidential campaign spokesperson Femi Fani-Kaude over his claim that Muhammad Buhari is getting campaign funds from terrorist groups including Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda and IS. It also said it will urge the court to seize Fani-Kaude's international passport. APC campaign office said in a statement issued in Abuja that the spokesperson for PDP's presidential campaign has 1 week to retract his defamatory comments or face the law. His spokesman, Garba Shehu, noted that Buhari, like many Muslims across the world, dies not approve of Al-Qaeda or ISIS, and neither is he a supporter of Boko Haram ideology. And now the chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Public Account and the APC senatorial candidate for Lagos West, Solomon Adiola, has expressed his displeasure at the order of Inspector General of Police for voters to leave voting centers after voting, saying it is a plot to rig the election and undermine people's determination for change. Speaking at a town hall meeting at Agege as part of his final campaign tour of the largest senatorial district in Nigeria, Adela said the people have to protect their vote by getting the result of the election at their various polling units before leaving, and he added that 2015 elections are about the future of Nigeria and voters must ensure that their future is jealously protected against any form of malpractices. The Lagos State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has PDP hosted the party's governorship candidate Jimmy Agbaji on Friday at dinner to honor him. The event was a roll call of party chieftains and supporters. A correspondent Olajumoke, Oluwashi Adeguki was telling now reports.
It was an affair of dignitaries from across board, all under the aegis of the People's Democratic Party, to dine with the party's governorship candidate, Jimmy Agbaji. The chairman of the party in Lagos, Tunji Shele, says the party is happy to have Jimmy Agbaji as their candidate and that he is the right choice any day and any time.
The Genge that I know is a disciplined man. He's a man that will not tell you what he will not do. Politics or no politics, he will tell you exactly what he can do and what he cannot do.
Chairman of the fundraising committee, Leke Adefala, corroborates the party chairman.
The real change has been equally recognized for his commitment to the principles of good governance.
Man of the moment, Jimmy Agbaji says the people of Lagos would not be disappointed if elected.
I believe that I can make a significant difference in making Lagos more sustainably competitive and livable. We can no longer continue to take the tab of a mega city just on the basis of population. We need to address the issue of competitiveness and improve quality of life for Lagosians.
The party, however, urged the people of Lagos to ensure they collect their PVCs and vote for the PDP at all levels in the March 28 and April 11 elections coming in less than 2 weeks. Oluwaseyi Adeguki, CoreTV News, Lagos.
The People's Democratic Party says the All Progressive Congress has questions to answer on the operations of an illegal radio station called Radio Chanji. Spokesman for PDP Presidential Campaign Council Femi Fani-Kaude said at a news conference that the opposition plans to use the station to announce false results after the elections. He added that the APC also intends using the radio station to incite its supporters to violence.
We believe that we have been vindicated on the report we gave to you just 2 days ago about the existence of Radio Chanji. This is despite the denials and the lies of the All Progressive Congress about the true situation of things and about their dastardly intentions and sinister plots to use the station for nefarious purposes. The fact that the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation only yesterday has confirmed that this radio station exists, that it is possible that its operations are being conducted from outside the country, and that the operations have been ongoing for a while, albeit in a very low-key manner, gives us even more cause for concern than we had before. Once again, we wish to point out the dangers of this radio station and the evil intention of those behind it. Apart from anything else, they wish to use the station to announce false results after the upcoming elections are conducted. That is the primary and more obvious intention and motive. There is, however, a less obvious motive and intention, and it is as follows. We believe that it is only after the APC has been defeated in the presidential elections that the secondary purpose of the station will manifest. The truth is that they intend to use it to create division, chaos, and strife in Nigeria by propagating the most irresponsible form of mendacious citations and inciting falsehood and provocative propaganda. They also intend to use it to incite their supporters to kill. Once again, we call on the authorities to investigate, question, and arrest the people behind it before it is too late and before all hell breaks loose.
Meanwhile, 24 hours after the allegations by the People's Democratic Party that the opposition or the All Progressive Congress plans to use an Hausa language radio station, Radio Changi, to create crisis during the 2015 elections, the All Progressive Congress says it is all a figment of the imagination of the PDP. The National Publicity Secretary of the party, Lai Mohammed, who spoke on behalf of the party to newsmen in Lagos, says the PDP should stop beating about the bush and find the imaginary station if it truly exists.
Let the NBC go and locate it. And I'm also business about it. All we are saying, you see, if they're not the one that set it up, how come they were not that's announcing it? Let me tell you, if there's an APC radio station, I will be the first person to know. Because I will use it. How can you go and set us up? And of course, who owns NBC? It's not the federal government. Let them tell Nigerians where that radio station is.
It's a CoreTV News at 7. We'll take another break now. I'll be back with more stories outside Nigeria. Stay with us.
The power to change Nigeria is in your hands. Now is the time to go out and vote. Vote to Buhari, vote for change. Jadela Dibo, Kufweto Kuzapi Chendi. Sunye vote to give Makamba we. Say no to corruption. Say no to insecurity. No to unemployment. No to inequality. Vote for Buhari. Nigeria! APC!
And outside Nigeria now, the two extremist gunmen will kill 21 people at a museum in Tunis, in neighboring Libya, before carrying out the deadly attack. A top Tunisian security official said Wednesday's attack at the National Badr Museum killed 21 people, 17 of them cruise ship tourists, before the two gunmen were killed in a firefight with security forces. The attack of such magnitude in Tunisia, the only country to emerge from the 2011 Arab Spring uprisings with a functioning democracy, raised concerns about the spread of the extremism to the rest of North Africa. Rafik Cheli, the Interior Minister's top security official, said the attackers had slipped out of Tunisia in December and received weapons training in Libya before returning home. The Islamic State group based in Iraq and Syria has claimed responsibility for the Badr attack. Several well-armed groups in Libya, which borders Tunisia, have pledged their allegiance to Islamic State. Well, and that's a wrap on CoreTV News at 7. Many thanks for watching. I'm Frank Omalape. Don't forget to join us at 9:45 p.m. for Primetime Bulletins. Thank you for being there.